Erica,
Yes.
we're going to do something like really, really weird. Okay, we're going to try to make like an epic coincidence happen. And I really love coincidences. Like I love going to a different city and I see one of my best friends like walking down the street and I'm like, oh, what are you doing here? You know, I love coincidences. So we're going to make an epic coincidence, right? So we're going to take two things that have nothing to do with each other and we're going to actually bring them together, right? So first, before we start with the deck of cards, could you bring out your phone for a second? Yeah. And just launch your browser. Safari is fine, yeah. And on the address bar, I want you to go to .co/2 and then another / and P, like in Paul. P, and then hit go. All right. Now, this is a kind of like a photography album. And as you can see there, you can even show it to the camera and kind of like swipe through them if you like, you know. So you see how there's all these different photographs that are there, right? There's just a ton and ton of random photos, right? So what I want you to do first is that you're going to select a photograph. And the way you're going to do it is you're going to hold it really close to you, just like this. Go ahead and hold it close to you. And actually start swiping through them like with your thumb.
Without looking?
Yeah, without looking is perfect. In fact, look at it first just to make sure that they're changing.
Yep.
Okay, are they really changing?
Yes.
They are changing, right? Okay, so like I said, I want this to be kind of like a random selection, right? So keep like swiping and swiping and swiping through them, and you can stop, obviously, anytime you like. And let me know when you stop, because that's going to be a surprise at the end, and just leave your phone face down after you've decided to stop. Okay, leave your phone face down. Okay, perfect. So that's the first part of our coincidence. The deck of cards. Okay. I did mix these up before, but you know what? We actually don't need the joker. So let me take the joker out of the deck. All right. So Erica, I want you to reach into the deck and just push out any card that you want. But don't say anything. Just push out any card that you want. I'll spread them out here for you so you can see it.
Okay.
Just push out any one. Oh, yeah. Okay, now, notice how you could have done any one of those cards. It was a completely free choice, right? Actually, show the camera for a moment what that card is. Go ahead and hold it up and show it to the camera, right? Okay, put it back down. All right, so here's what's really weird about all these cards. Before I show you the surprise about these cards, we should look and see what you selected first on your phone. Okay. So go ahead and just turn your phone over. And what is that? It's a photograph of a plane. Actually, show it to the camera. Plane, right? You know, Erica, what's really, really weird about all of these cards? Let me show you. On the back of every one of these cards, I had written something. Ball, chains, banana, bee, frog, scissors, shoe, car, phone, smoke, forest, Saturn, knife, water. Keeps going and going. Every card has some strange word that corresponds, actually, with the photographs that you see there written on it. Now, did you notice that I went by through all these cards? We have not seen the plane. Turn over the 7 of spades. Yes! Epic.
That's insane.
Coincidence. Like super epic.
What?
Man, don't you just love it when it happens?
That's a good one.
That's a good one. Thank you.
Good one.
All right. So, Erica, if you want to know how that crazy trick between the plane and that was done?
Yes, please.
Yes, you do. All right. So obviously, before you start, you take like a regular deck of cards, and you're going to take the joker out of the deck, and that's just going to be normal, right? Now, with a regular deck of cards, you actually have a real back to it, you know. Right. So red cards usually work better just because it's lighter, whereas blue is really dark, you know. But if you go to a magic shop, they actually sell cards with the back of the card is white. You know, so it's a nice place for you to be able to write this down, right? So that's the first thing that I do. But if you're wondering where I knew what these objects are, is that in my app, I actually have a preset which is called Any Card at Any Photo. Right? And that preset has a URL or a web address that's associated with it where all of these images are in an album that you swipe through. Okay, so let me show you exactly how that works.
Okay.
So first, there it is, the album on your URL, and it's already there. So go ahead and like refresh the page, which is all the way in the upper right-hand corner, and it just goes to the first photograph that's there. Now you notice that when I performed this for you, I didn't even touch your phone. Which is great because if you're performing for people that are like maybe sensitive about the things that they have, you don't have to come into contact with their phone, right? So they go ahead and they go to this album and you say to them, yeah, if you notice, if you kind of swipe through them, you can see there's all these different images that are there, right? Now remember that they don't know that the surprise is coming up at the end because this is a complete surprise, right? So as they look through them, sure enough, there are a bunch of photographs there. Now before I started, in my pocket, I have the Inject app running. In fact, let me go into here for you. Okay, there's the Inject app that's running, and I choose my Any Card at Any Photo Swipe Transmitter. Okay, now, even though the screen goes black, it's actually ready to receive my swipes. Okay, so this time around, I'm going to put it in my pocket. Now, sometimes when I do the cards, I'm a little bit more comfortable actually swiping either through my pocket, with my hand in my pocket, or from the outside of my pocket. And in this case, I actually did it by putting my hand into my pocket, which doesn't matter, right? So now, you start swiping through the photos, and you hold it really close to you. So go ahead and hold it close to you, right? And you start swiping and swiping. Okay, now right now, you don't know what photo you're on.
Right.
Okay, and obviously I don't know what photo you're on either, right? But just for fun, we're gonna take a look at what photo you stopped on. In fact, we're gonna even show it to the camera. Go ahead and show it to the camera. Okay, this is a bunch of coins, right? So this is the real photograph that she stopped on, but this is not the photo you're gonna see later on. So now, you're gonna leave your phone face down, but in fact, don't leave it face down, actually leave it face up, just so you can see in a moment what's gonna happen. So now, I take the cards out of the pocket, I actually say out of the box, and because of the box pattern and that first joker that's there, you assume that this is a regular box of cards, when in reality you don't know about the surprise at the end. I spread the cards out, I take the joker out of the deck, just so that that guarantees me that you're not going to actually pick the joker, so I just completely remove it out of the box, and now I put my hands in my pocket. So what I'm now doing is I'm waiting for you to push a card out of the deck. Okay, so go ahead, push out any card you like. Maybe, okay, go ahead, you do it. The Three of Hearts. Okay, now take a look. With that card, okay, in my pocket, I'm going to do the gesture right now. So take a look at the image there. Now keep in mind that your phone right now is face down. Here we go, watch. I just now transmitted the Three of Hearts to your phone. And you notice how the coins image just changed to hats. But you don't know that, right? You thought that you had randomly selected any photo. Right? When in reality, I'm actually forcing an image onto you, even though I've never touched your phone, right? So now you know that you have perfectly selected the Three of Hearts, and I've already done the work, but now I call attention to the order of events. I say to you, do you remember how you first selected a photograph? And I use the word selected to kind of like reinforce the fact that you had a free choice of selecting any photo, right? So that's kind of, that chronology is kind of important. So now I say, could you please show everybody what you selected? So you go ahead and you turn around like, oh, it's a hat, right? So then I reveal the surprise, I pick up all the cards and I turn them over and I show that every card has a different word written on the back of it, right? And so now at this point, the spectator knows what the surprise that's coming. Because they're like, okay, all these cards that went by, I did not see hat.
Right.
So at this point I said, turn over your Three of Hearts. So when they turn it over, ta-da! There's the hat.
Amazing.
And that's how that trick is done.